It's going to open a lot of doors for students. It's a fully online degree that students could do anywhere in the U.S. And we can even accept students to complete this degree if they live internationally and stay internationally. And so it builds on a lot of the strengths we have at North with our business and accounting programs.
We like to say that we own the two-year accounting programs in Western Washington.
We are very proud of the transfer students that we send out here to colleges all over the world, actually. And one of the things that occurred to us is that there should be a four-year program so that we can actually prepare our students to take the CPA exam just like any other college would.
We really think that the combination of core accounting classes, some accounting classes with international focus, and then also general business classes is going to give students a really well-rounded idea of not only what it's like to be in accounting, but what it's like to work in global and international business with teams or with companies all around the world.
Accounting is about, ultimately, if I can make it as simple as possible, we account for the resources within an organization that are used to create value. That value creates jobs, industry expansion, and that takes place whether we are in Brazil, whether we are in the west coast of Africa, China, Saudi Arabia.
This degree will work for students who are international students who are interested in learning about accounting and doing business in their home country or with the United States and their home country, but it's also for our students from Seattle or from the United States to learn about what it's like to do business in other countries.
If you were going to plan on a career in accounting, you want a pathway to become a CPA, this is the program. And it's modernized because we've integrated it with international accounting requirements, which is something that other schools rarely do.
Seattle has a lot of large multinational corporations that are major employers, everything from Microsoft and Amazon and Boeing. There's a lot of interest from these different offices within these major companies that to have students or have graduates that might actually know content about how to work with accounting systems that are in other countries and compare it or kind of bridge that gap to the systems that are in the United States. So we're very accessible. We pride ourselves on having either online or evening classes. We're very affordable. Our tuition is the lowest for a state school for a bachelor's degree, especially if students do an associate degree through North Seattle College. And then we're also applied, so our bachelor's degrees are really hands-on. We try to bring employers into the classroom, do real-life projects. Our program starts every fall quarter, so we accept applications throughout the year. So those students will become each other's community during the program, but also it's a professional network of people who are interested in accounting or currently working in accounting professions. And our goal is for every student to have a very clear education plan. Within the first quarter of the program, they know, okay, over the next 2 years, here's exactly what I need to do to be able to graduate from the program. Our international accounting degree does have a required internship component. Some students will go out and actually obtain something called an internship, a position that's labeled internship. Some students will use their current roles in some way, whether they're doing a special project or working with their supervisors to kind of expand their work on a daily basis. The primary idea is that students are using what they've learned in their classes and applying that in some sort of professional setting. So when students come out of this program, they will have met the business and accounting requirements to be eligible to sit for the CPA exam. Students can enter our program if they've done a typical transfer degree, but what the real advantage is if students come from a variety of other professional technical associate degrees, they can use those credits. So using international credits from international universities is something that we try very hard to give students full credit for. We have a lot of students who come through our accounting and business degrees that go on and have really exceptional careers in accounting and business fields.
Our students can compete at just about any level. I think that's the message that's going to sustain this program, quality.
Employers in the area, they need people who are devoted to this as a career. That's one of the reasons why I challenge, don't just be an accountant because you're going to get a high-paying job. No, be an accountant because you like being an accountant, and you will have many offers to have high-paying jobs and very rewarding jobs as well.
Our students will be getting jobs in the accounting sector with major corporations because they're looking at the pool of students coming from North and its programs as equal to other schools. I can't think of a better field to be in. And now I'm smiling because it's been an industry that's been good to me and my family.
But I've got students that they're driven for this, they see the outcome.
The whole idea of manufacturing to me is appealing, just being able to make things with my hands.
I just know that after this, I definitely have a broader experience.
I truly do feel empowered with the skills that have been given to me.
We're not training you just to go work on a line somewhere. We're training you to think on your own.
They have a passion to make sure that you get this.
This is it. I found what I want to do in life.
We want it a little bit loose so we can move that
I was amazed how well organized it is and how hands-on.
The mechatronics people are really going to be involved in all aspects of automation, be it manufacturing or anything else that comes up in the future.
Mechatronics is teaching our students the basics on how this all works. They'll have a better understanding going in.
They need people who not only could integrate the factory, they could look at a problem and trace it all the way through and fix it.
Specifically, I teach the PLC programming class and a controls and instrumentation class.
Precision measurement, blueprint reading, geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, or otherwise known as GD&T.
DC, AC, digital circuits, soldering, robotics, industrial robotics, fiber optics,
Mechanical maintenance, electronics, electricity, motors, pumps.
IT essentials, industrial motor control, fluid power, alternative energy, energy generation, manufacturing.
We touch on hydraulics, we touch on pneumatics.
We've got machines that need to be taken apart and put back together again. It's like everything that you would do in a real job.
Anything that would be involved in a modern manufacturing facility. And it's not just troubleshooting and problem fixing, it's also from the ground up design, fixing.
It is a very good program. The staff touches a lot of bases on what you need to know.
I like it all. I like it all, being able to create things and work with your hands and use your mind.
It's very fun. It's kind of challenging, but it gives you back that joy of things that you are accomplishing and that actually work.
I've really enjoyed this class a lot. It opened my eyes to a different job profession that I would potentially really enjoy.
I can definitely say that I enjoyed the industrial applications of robotics.
I think any woman that might be intimidated to try mechatronics, they should give it a try.
I think the field is very underrepresented by women. It ought to be 50-50 at the very least. Some of the best students have been women. More and more shops are entering into this automation world, and they're going to need more and more people. The projection is a fair number of jobs.
There is such a shortage right now of qualified people who know how to fix machines, and especially our area in the industry.
I have friends who work at Boeing, friends who work in food processing facilities, friends who work in defense support manufacturing, friends who are just welders at a small shop in some guy's garage. You know, from this program, you can really go anywhere that has to do with the assembly of electrical or mechanical things in general.
As he goes into biomed or if I go into mechatronics, there's automation's going to control it, most of what we do.
Employers are not even waiting for students to finish their degree. It's like, you have aptitude and interest in this, come work for us.
Actually, most of my students who've gone through the AA program have jobs before they even finish.
They are happy with the students. There is no question that the feedback that I get is overwhelmingly positive.
I would say to anybody thinking about this, absolutely do it. See what kind of help they can give you. There's money available, there's help available. There's always somebody who's willing to teach you how to walk through this whole program.
The job growth in Seattle for property managers is going to exceed the national job growth.
And so the demand for these people is as high as it's ever been.
The Seattle metro market is hot and it's talked about at a national level all the time. And the only thing that'll hold us back is not having enough good talent. And so this is great for us.
I think we have the best intern program in the system right now. Certainly the most successful.
What I'm looking forward to with the Delta internship is learning as much hands-on experience as I can.
Intern with Delta was like the icing on the cake.
Delta internship is a very cool thing and kind of the only thing like it.
So they learn a lot of all-around skills while they're going through the program. Instructors here are really experienced instructors. We definitely teach a lot of technical skills while in the classroom, but outside the classroom they get a lot of other training to get prepared to finding jobs and making sure that they know how to keep that job after they find it. This is the first program that actually had an internship with Delta. It's a huge deal for the program, and we always strive to be the best program in the country.
Creating the next generation of line maintenance technicians is something that is very germane to our industry. In fact, Delta is uniquely set up to do this. The opportunity we give these students is awesome.
But when you come here after class and actually work with the mechanics for half the night, then you really get to see what they actually do and what the job really is.
I don't know anywhere else where you could get a lot of exposure to all the different areas of line maintenance in a real short amount of time.
And we would do things like moving the wings, moving flight controls, changing tires, doing blade loops, taking the fan blades out, moving them, and all sorts of things. And it was quite interesting, and it grasped my attention very quickly, and I realized this is what I want to do. They give you the sense that you're a part of the family while you're there, and it's a really good feeling.
Engine master switch on, you're ready to roll.
The school was very good at giving us opportunity to find out about the industry, and through a school club, the Association for Women in Aviation Maintenance, we brought in a lot of guest speakers, and brought in folks like Mike Hagler from Delta, and it was a great experience. The mechanics treated me really well and did everything they could to expose me to the whole gamut of aircraft maintenance. The internship program just threw me right out there in the field, and I found that I was right where I wanted to be.
It is really difficult to get your foot in the door. I know that students that have gone through this program, even though maybe they've gotten done with the program and Delta wasn't hiring at the time, they immediately got employed.
And that is why you should come to South. I mean, you're not going to get a better opportunity elsewhere.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah.
It's been nothing but great. South Seattle is definitely the place to go because they give you all the opportunities and all the tools to get to these jobs that pay well.
Look around yourself. Do you have a smartphone with you? Do you see a computer in the room? Is there some sort of screen? Is there lighting, heating, ventilation? Not only can you use electronics for electronics purposes, but in the electrical industry, a lot of controls of electrical circuits are done through electronics.
We're seeing unprecedented demand for jobs in electronics.
Yeah, I got hired straight out of out of my last quarter. Like, if anything, that is a testament to how good this program is.
One of the big drivers is that baby boomers are retiring. In the electronics industry, and this is across the board, whether it's industrial power or the biomed or aviation.
I am learning as fast as I can because most of the staff is retiring. Like, it's pretty much the whole of the plant is retiring within the next couple of years.
There's another driver as well, is there's new technologies. Automated manufacturing is becoming a really big deal. And so there's new things that are coming about with robots and programmable logic controllers and the emergence of IT into electronics.
Local industries such as Boeing, Amazon, Starbucks, because Boeing is such a large company, but there are a lot of small contractors, and those contractors are also looking for skilled employees.
I think ours is one of the most diverse of all the programs in the state. Many of the programs, they have good programs, but they have a specific focus on a specific subject.
So we're going to start with voltage, but ultimately when we go out to the real world...
This was the only one that was offering like the full EET course with the AC theory, DC theory, like breaking it down all the way to Ohm's law and then right back up to solid state, and there weren't a whole lot of schools that were offering that kind of level of education in the electronics field.
When students finish our programs, most of them will walk out with a 2-year degree. The 2-year degree could be industrial power and control, could be mechatronics, it could be healthcare technology management, which is biomedical technician, it could be electronics engineering technology, it could be electronics technology. So there's at least 5 degrees, and then there's a variety of certificates.
Voltage, amperage, or resistance, and then again the scales.
In our Introduction to Technology class, they will have direct interface with industry because the folks that are in industry come in and teach the courses.
I tell my students what I'm teaching you does not change. There's not a version 2.0 or 3.0. This is physics and electronics. It's the laws of physics and electronics, and they don't change. Once you've learned them and mastered them, they won't change. You own them for the rest of your life.
We've seen so much grant money come in, it's just been phenomenal. We support really expensive programs like fiber optics, which most schools only teach it in theory. We teach it in depth.
I am a hands-on kind of learner.
They want working on the equipment. They want the hands-on experience, and they want to solve the problems. They want to see how equipment works, from the bolt and nuts all the way to the entire humongous systems.
I've never had so much hands-on in a class before. The instructors here are amazing because you run into snags along the way and they're right there and not only just help you but encourage you to try and figure it out.
Our broadband program, we have significant new equipment. Our fiber optics program, our industrial power program. We could open 2 emergency rooms with all the equipment that we have in our biomed area.
We have 2 brand new robotic systems. That is, you can see those robots in the industry settings as well.
There is no typical student. We have hobbyists. We have people who aren't even interested in going beyond the first couple courses. We have international students. We have domestic students. I've had students in their 70s and some high school students. There really isn't an average student.
Diversity is a big deal here.
It made going to school a lot easier, knowing that you have teachers who are behind you and not trying to put roadblocks in your way. So, which has been an experience throughout most of my career.
It's about $12,000 for 2 years, which, you know, if you go to a private school or go to the UW, you're going to be, I mean, yeah, it is a bargain in the world of education. But the thing that really excites me is students getting jobs. I mean, that is really what this is about for me.
This is the only program that I know of that'll offer a bachelor's in property management, which is a special and unique thing in my mind.
If they have that fundamental knowledge already, we feel like it would be a great stepping stone to come in here and maybe not an entry-level position, more of a mid-level position, and we can put them into a place where they can actually earn a great living and start a great career.
I think it would help move folks to the top of the resume pile.
Do not lay the hammer of Thor on us.
Well, it's very unique. It was originally designed and piloted by Rolex to get watchmakers in the field a little bit more well-rounded. So there's currently 5 accredited schools in the country, 3 schools that have the SATA certificate and curriculum, which is what we teach. We're getting watchmakers that are able to kind of tackle anything that comes across their bench. The student that, if they're interested in working in a service center environment, we can train to that. If they want to try to open their own shop and work on vintage watches, we can train to that too.
You know, you have the soul of a tinkerer.
It's like I always took apart all the electronics in my house growing up.
I was a watch technician for 5 years, and about a year and a half in realized that I didn't want to ever do anything else.
Started playing with watches. Next thing I know, I started a little company.
And started researching schools, and this was my top choice.
From my first day here, I knew that these were the people. Like I had finally found my people.
We're really trying to teach them how to learn and how to kind of teaching them the skills they need to solve problems. The skills the students leave with are really top-notch.
You know, the instructors here have such in-depth knowledge and experience that it's amazing to hear the things that you didn't know.
Every day I'm super grateful and excited to be learning with the instructors that are here and in this program, and surrounded with the guys in class are all really intelligent and hardworking and really care about their work, and it's nice to be in an environment like that, and I feel really lucky.
It's great. It doesn't feel like I have to get up and go to school every day. I wake up and there are things that I have to get done. Like there's just stuff I got to go work on, and I'm excited every day to come here.
Industry generally know us as a place that teaches quality watchmakers, so if you hire a student out of this school, you know that they're going to do good work.
There are fewer and fewer watchmakers, and how there's a big demand.
Jobs are plentiful. I mean, right now we have a class about to graduate. More than half of them have jobs lined up. The last 2 years, everybody that wanted a job got a job.
You'll be paid well. You'll be able to make a living doing something with your hands.
I think a big draw is just the location. We're a pretty international city. Most of our students are coming from other places in the country or in the world, and they all plan on moving because we tell them the jobs are spread out, need to be ready to move, and going to school is just like this fantastic benefit because you have all the benefits of working in like a big established watchmaking shop, but you have experts there that are dedicated to train you and nothing else.
This is a really great facility here. I've shown this facility to a couple of people who are visiting, and everyone says the same thing. Wow, I'm really surprised at the quality of the facility here and the equipment that you have.
I think with traditional school, it can be kind of tough to like pinpoint moments where you learn or like, you know, objectively gauge how much you've learned. But here, I can just see like every week, every month, I just learn so much, and that's really a rewarding and great feeling.
It's definitely an affordable program. We are a few more credits, so it's a little bit more expensive than a normal course load, and there's kind of an initial investment in tools when you come in. It's a little bit more expensive than your standard program. Students that graduate from the program, assuming they pass all their exams, will leave with a North Seattle certificate as well as a SADA certificate. And then for those that have the prerequisites already, or they decide to stay and take a couple additional classes, there's just 20 additional credits to get an AAS degree, an Associate of Applied Sciences in watchmaking. And then they also leave with their toolkits. So basically the student is equipped to move into pretty much any shop situation with all the tools they need. The investment of 2 years and just having a career that you can do for the rest of your life, well into retirement age. Plenty of people, you know, never really retire. They just keep working, especially when it's a trade you love. You know, it's not hard to do.
Go for your dream, you know, do it. I think definitely 100% go for it.